The newest and best looking Call of Duty in a long time, coming over from the team over at Treyarch, is right around the corner, and everything they've shown off so far looks great. Today we'll be briefly covering what they've revealed so far, what we can expect up to and after launch, and more. If you guys are excited for some Black Ops 6 coverage, make sure to show it off by hitting that like button and making it glow as we try to go for our goal of 25 likes for this video. You guys have been killing it so far on the like goals, so thank you so much for that. Also, while you're down there, consider subscribing as we'll be covering Black Ops 6 and playing it a ton on release and during the beta, along with other AAA titles throughout the year, and dropping hilarious content, playthroughs, and more. But with all of that out of the way, let's get right into the coverage for Call of Duty Black Ops 6. First things first, let's start with the first thing you'll have to do to even access the game, which is downloading it. Luckily enough for us, after the initial reveal of 300 gigabytes to download the newest entry into the Call of Duty series, they announced that it was a mistake and we would not have to download prior titles or language packs in order to play and access Black Ops 6. It has been recently revealed that although still coming in at a big file size of 144 gigabytes, it's still a lot better than the previous estimate of 309. Personally, I still don't understand how file size for games are just this big, as it just seems like games just aren't as optimized as they used to be anymore. But I personally don't know enough about game development to know why this is actually the case nowadays on our current generation of consoles, which by all intents and purposes should be better optimized than consoles from back in the day. Nevertheless, at least it's half the size it was initially announced as, because if not, I don't know about you guys, but I wouldn't be able to play this game even if I really wanted to without clearing out all of my currently installed games. Next on the list is zombies. There is a lot to cover on this, so for the sake of time, we'll just touch on some of the bigger features coming on launch. If you want a more in-depth breakdown, let me know in the comments and I'll get cracking on it ASAP. For zombies, they are taking a back to our roots approach with the game mode and bringing back a round-based system along with two maps being available on launch named Terminus Island and Liberty Falls, with one of these being one of the biggest zombie maps ever made yet. They will have major customization in zombies as well, which will let you customize blueprints, camos, reticles, and more for weapons. And even have what they've said are the best mastery camos they've ever made for zombies. All of which will be reflected on whenever you purchase a weapon off the wall or if you pull it from the mystery box. But the customization doesn't end there. You can customize and change on the fly your gobblegum loadouts even during the game, as long as you set them up beforehand as a full-on loadout as gobblegums make their return. And no, you're not gonna need any liquid divinium. You can have multiple gobblegum all at once, and if you don't use them, they don't go away from your inventory. And along with the customization, you can also customize your UI in not only multiplayer, but in zombies as well. On top of that, they will be bringing in augmentations to unlock and use in zombies, which will change the way perks, field upgrades, and ammo mods work. You will get to pick and choose from all of these different things in zombies, which will have 3 major and 3 minor augments, and you'll be able to choose 1 major and 1 minor augment for each to be able to change the way they're used and how they play. There will be completely new zombie enemy types, the ability to turn into the Mangler enemy type with an item to blast through or bulldoze your way through zombies, along with having exclusive missions and intel missions for the mode and an in-depth Easter egg for each map, fully doable upon launch with exclusive rewards tied to them if you fully complete them. Last but not least, they'll even give us the ability to split door costs and even track how many doors every individual has purchased. So now the he said she said on who opened what door is looking like a thing of the past. Moving on from zombies, multiplayer has been turning some heads as well, with a couple of promising details coming from that part of the game. The old prestige system is back, with 10 full-on prestiges with 55 levels a pop, with the final prestige offering a whopping 1,000 levels with a ton of rewards while progressing through it all. Along with that, multiplayer as of now officially has 16 maps planned on launch, which thankfully are not just old maps remastered or remade for this new title, and are apparently original maps made from the ground up. 12 of which will be made with the 6v6 primarily in mind, and 4 of them are strike maps, which are made to be smaller and are 2v2 primarily, but can be played with 6v6 as well. There's no word on my favorite mode, ranked or ranked play, but per usual, I'm expecting ranked to be available a couple of months after the game actually comes out. So I wouldn't expect it any earlier than after the new year, but if it did come earlier than that, that would be great. The game will of course also be introducing the much talked about and hyped up omnidirectional movements. We've seen games of the past introducing wall running and jetpacks, with some people really liking them and others hating it. So I'm super curious to see if there's a general consensus on the omnidirectional movement once the game drops or even throughout the beta, and if it will become a series staple moving forward. As briefly mentioned, this of course in terms of multiplayer will be unveiled to the public through a beta coming out soon, starting with the early access portion, which is slated for August 30th through September 4th and is available for both consoles and PCs to players who have pre-ordered the game or are Xbox Game Pass subscribers. The early access portion of the beta will be starting and ending at 10 AM Specific time on its respective dates. After that, there will also be an open beta which will last from September 6th to September 9th for everyone again, starting and ending at 10 AM Pacific time as well. Here we will finally get hands-on gameplay with the game and get our initial feel for the gameplay, including the new movement, weapons, and maps. Of course, you can catch coverage of our entire friend group's reaction on this through live streams we'll be having once the beta officially releases. And of course, I can't miss out on the fact that this will be the first Call of Duty game to premiere on launch on Xbox Game Pass, which is huge, and could mean an insane amount of players, even possibly more than usual on launch day, could be spawning in on day one. This of course extends into the beta as well, since early access is provided to Game Pass owners too. Now, whether it be zombies, multiplayer, or you're holding out for the campaign mode, which has been very cryptic with details on it so far, there's something for everyone it seems on this title, and they are all firing on all cylinders. With new mechanics, returning loved mechanics, and innovations galore, this truly does look like it could be Call of Duty's return to form. I'll be the first to admit, Modern Warfare 3 just wasn't for me. Currently, none of us from the batch here play the game anymore because of the constant bugs, the lack of original maps, ranked wasn't feeling fun anymore because there was only one gun worth using with the MCW, and of course, it taking my entire Xbox's storage didn't help. But with two of those problems being solved on launch, I'm optimistic they can turn around and make me really like the newest iteration of Call of Duty. With all of this covered and the major reveals highlighted, let me know what you think about Black Ops 6 so far. Are you downloading this on launch day, or are you skipping out due to fatigue of the Call of Duty series? Also, really quick, as we reach the end of the video here, huge announcement for the channel. We have new membership tiers and perks available for the channel if you're interested in going an extra step and supporting the channel while getting some cool perks in return. Consider becoming a member and get the opportunity to be listed in videos just like this one. As always though, your support through your viewership, liking, and subscribing is always appreciated and helps me out tremendously against the enemy team that is the YouTube algorithm. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to catch you guys next time. Peace!